Ladies and gentlemen, some of you might have recently heard that Trump had made the suggestion that stop and frisk should come back. See, you know why they make these kind of suggestions? Because it doesn't impact them. So as long as it don't impact them, they don't give a damn about what affects us in our community. Now, stop and frisk was ended in the state that he comes from, in New York, because you know what? It turned into something very racist, where you only had black and brown people being patted down and hardly no white people. Okay. So many say it's unconstitutional and it should not be done. If no crime is committed, there's no need to be stopping and frisking random people on the street. It's unnecessary. And in many cases, they also found that a lot of the people that they patted down and searched randomly, they weren't finding nothing on the people. I could see if you did this and you took out a lot of criminals, they weren't finding anything on the people they were doing this to. Totally ineffective, not solving any crime. Okay. You know, they always assume they're going to find things on us, and that's not necessarily true. Okay. And don't act like white people don't have drugs and illegal things on them. There's white people that have illegal guns and everything else. So you can't even make the claim that you are less likely to do these things than anyone else. That's a load of baloney. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trump did this speech in front of law enforcement. You know how they gather together, and he comes in and gives a speech to the cops and the police chiefs and everything. And he had made this suggestion during his speech. You know, this is the same group. If you remember a couple of years ago, Trump got in front of them and pretty much told them when they arrest people to rough them up, you don't have to watch their head when they're going in the cop car and all that crap. Okay, this is the same group he was addressing. It's almost like every time he gets in front of this group of cops, he says something controversial, and believe me, it's on purpose. So he made the suggestion and then claimed Jeff Sessions, as Attorney General, need to straighten out the crime that's going on in Chicago. And again, crime is down in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going up; it's going down. But see, they have been playing this Chicago narrative for so long, they don't want to let it go. They'll still get in front of everybody telling you Chicago is bad. And Chicago don't even make the top 10 worst cities. So common sense should tell you these people are full of shit. I mean, but they are. So a spokesman for Rahm Emanuel called Trump's comments a transparent attempt to beat up on Chicago in support of Republicans ahead of the next election. So, in other words, they have no plans on implementing this in Chicago, despite the fact that Trump has suggested it. Even someone as clueless as Trump has to know stop and frisk simply not the solution to crime. It isn't. Because again, when they did this in New York, those cops were not finding a damn thing on the vast majority of the people they were stopping. So, how is that stopping crime? It's not. Okay. It is just an attempt for them to walk up to you and be nosy and get all up in your business when they have no right to do that. Okay. So they're saying it's not the solution. The fact that he's trotting that rhetoric, they're saying during midterms, is worrisome. So they're not even paying attention to Trump. Okay. All I can say about this is the things that Chicago really need to focus on is cleaning up their police force. It's way too many corrupt cops in that police force. And that's another reason why it's ineffective. Another thing, every time there's mass shootings over a weekend, there's never a suspect. And see, that's how you know the cops are doing it. How the hell can you have all those shootings and it's never a suspect? And Chicago has the highest rate of unsolved crimes in the country. That being said, that tells me you need to do a shakeup in the organization and get all of these people that can't seem to figure out how to solve a crime and get them off the force. If they're not resolving all of these shootings that they claim are coming from gangs, which we know gangs don't shoot like that. We in the Black community, we know gangs do not shoot like that. Take out 50 people over a weekend. Gangs don't shoot like that. Never have, never will. Even the biggest beefs between gangs don't take out no damn 50 people or shoot at 50 people. That don't happen. So all I can say to Trump, stop and frisk, good luck. Wishful thinking. If it didn't work in New York, it ain't going to work anywhere else. Okay? It just simply won't. And Jason Van Dyke shows us what true Chicago corruption looks like. We saw the face of the Chicago police on that stand when he was testifying. He's one of many on that force. Killers. And then they also had, don't ever lose the fact that they had locations where they tortured people in Chicago. You know, the problem with people like Trump and many that think like him, they don't want to accept the fact that many people do not believe American cops have credibility. They have a serious image problem. They have a serious credibility problem. They have a serious problem with falsifying police reports, planting evidence, and having an us against them mentality against the public they are supposed to protect and serve. And if you feel that you shouldn't have to protect and serve a public, then you should get off of the force. Then maybe that's not the job for you. Maybe you need to look for something else. Police departments in this country have never done a thing to mend the fences with the Black community. And you know what? They never will, because they don't give a damn about us like that. Never have, never will. And they get upset every time we suggest the fact that maybe Black cops should patrol the Black community. See, they don't want to lose what they think is control over the Black community. They think they should be disciplining us like we're children and chastising us like we're kids. And let me tell you, we don't need that from you. Not at all. That's just wishful thinking. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. I'll leave the link to this article in the description box. I think the suggestion of stop and frisk is counterproductive. It has been proven that it don't work, and it's not going to work now. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.